Uchi Amram Hey Misha, what's up, mermaid? Okay, this is our Course in Miracles. Welcome to our course. We're right on course. It's right on time. It's what is it? 8:45, something like that. Wherever I am, and sometimes when you're listening to this, it's right on time. It doesn't matter when. Little caveats to remind ourselves at the beginning of this. The course doesn't ask us to believe any of this, and in fact, it says we may or we probably will actively resist it. In fact, and it says that it doesn't matter if we use the lessons, if we practice with them, if we bring the thoughts into our mind, then they will have their effect, and we will see their effect in our lives. Another thing is that this is the Course in Miracles material is considered holographic, so that if you get any part of it, you get all of it. But also there is some sort of sequentiality to it. Definitely here, if one went through this, I'm on the 11th lesson. You can see like the fact that it kind of builds in a sequential way, but in a deeper way, it's considered holographic information. Oh, check this out. I listen to bands that don't even exist yet. Oh, hey. Okay, here we go. Okay, my meaningless thoughts. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. My meaningless thoughts. Put this music down. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. This is the first idea. This is the first idea we have had that is related to a major phase of the correction process, the reversal of the thinking of the world. This is the first idea we have had that is related to a major phase of the correction process, the reversal of the thinking of the world. Okay. It seems as if the world determines what you perceive. Today's idea introduces the concept that your thoughts determine the world you see. Be glad indeed to practice the idea in its initial form, for in this idea is your release made sure. The key to forgiveness lies in it. The key to forgiveness lies in this idea. Be glad, be glad, be glad. Be glad indeed to practice the idea in its initial form, in this form of this idea. For in this idea is your release made sure. The key to forgiveness lies in this idea. The key to forgiveness, to quantum forgiveness. Forgive the world of the meaning you've given it, not of what it is. Paragraph number 2. The practice periods for today's idea are to be undertaken somewhat differently from the previous ones. Begin with your eyes closed. So we're going to begin with our eyes closed when we do our practice periods, and we're going to repeat the idea slowly to ourselves. So slowly, my meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. So we're going to repeat that idea slowly. Then we're going to open our eyes and look about, near and far and up and down, anywhere. During the minute or so to be spent using the idea, merely repeat it to yourself. So keep repeating this idea to yourself, and be sure to do so without haste. Do it. So when you repeat this idea, do it slowly, with no sense of urgency or effort. With no sense of urgency or effort. To do these exercises for maximal benefit, the eyes should move from one thing to another fairly rapidly, since they should not linger on anything in particular. The words, however, should be used in an unhurried, even leisurely fashion. The introduction to this idea, in particular, should be practiced as casually as possible. It contains the foundation for peace, relaxation, and freedom from worry that we are trying to achieve. So when we start, we should, in particular, when we say at the beginning, just when we close our eyes and say it, we should, in particular, be practiced as casually as possible. And and then it says, it contains, I guess, the practice of this thought contains the foundation for the peace, relaxation, and the freedom from worry that we are trying to achieve. On concluding the exercises, close your eyes and repeat the idea once more slowly to yourself. On concluding the exercises, when you're finished with the exercises, close your eyes and repeat the idea once more to yourself. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. 3 practice periods a day will be sufficient. However, if there is little or no uneasiness and an inclination to do so, as many as 5 may be undertaken. More than this is not recommended. I don't know why more than that is not recommended. What if you did 7? You want to be rebellious? Sometimes you do. That's what this is about. Kind of, this is about that sort of rebellion to what, though, right? Rebellion to the truth, or rebellion to rebellion against, or for what? Rebellion for what? In some ways, I don't know. But yeah, so three times a day is sufficient, it says. But if we feel that there's not any uneasiness, if we want to, we can do it as many as 5 times. We're instructed to not do it more than that, basically. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. Your meaningless thoughts are showing you a meaningless world. Your meaningless thoughts are showing you a meaningless world. Our meaningless thoughts are showing us a meaningless world. My meaningless thoughts showing me a meaningless world. I should say it slower. I close my eyes. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. And I open my eyes. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. You can do that on your own. You don't need to watch me do it. All right, everybody. This is a pretty short read, this lesson, and the instructions are pretty clear compared to they're more simple, I would say, than the previous ones. So enjoy your practices. Hey, Isabella. Welcome. Happy Course in Miracles to you, to everyone. Have a wonderful day.